Hey, are you a teacher looking for a fresh start? There's a lot on the news right now with teachers saying, I just need to do something else. And I have so many students in my programs that are teachers, nurses, frontline people that are looking for a different path. Hi, I'm Tina Lorenz. I'm a freelance copywriting mentor, mindset shifter, and transformational business coach and consultant. And I help entrepreneurs, marketers, service providers, and copywriters find their pathway to clarity and purpose so you can create more wealth and abundance in your life. Consciously create it with intention. And today I want to talk about, I'm going to give you 4 ideas for teachers, especially right now, so that you could possibly run with this and do something else if that's what you're looking for. So I've written a few ideas down on my handy dandy whiteboard here, and so let's just talk about them for a minute, okay? So the first one is Tutor Online. So the way that a teacher could go into a different mode right now is definitely to go online. And with Zoom and the other technology we have, it's not difficult to do this. And so idea number 1 is actually start tutoring students that need that extra help, the parents that need to have that extra help for their children, and get found online and start tutoring and create for pay and start getting paid to work from wherever you are and be able to do this with the help of Zoom, right? So idea number 2, provide lesson plans. So many people that are homeschooling now, choosing to homeschool, or are trying to figure out what to put together. Maybe they have a curriculum from their school, maybe they don't, but whatever your specialty is, whether it's language arts or math, especially math, I know so many parents right now that are saying, I don't even know how to teach my kids math, even in 1st and 2nd grade. I don't know what to do. So what if you put together plans for the parents so they could understand how to help their children learn if they're in a virtual classroom? So there's another idea for you. Idea number 3, create a pod. I've been seeing ideas about this on the news, and I'm thinking there's so many ways that you could do this. Now, whether you have a small physical proximity group where everyone agrees how those parameters are going to be for how you get together. It's the same people all the time, and you could be meeting outside in person if in your local area. You could meet outside until the weather dictates otherwise. Some areas you might be able to continue to do this all through the school year, like Arizona, for example. But if it goes so you have to go inside, then, take turns in people's homes, set up something in a garage, set up something where there's good air circulation, where it's a small group, and maybe you're going to rotate between a few houses for your little in-person pod. I know some of my students live in rural areas where everybody's got a barn, right? And I was saying, well, what if you set up a pod in a barn? Think about it like almost like the traditional one-room schoolhouse, right? And how one teacher could be able to educate the kids in a small setting. I have heard things on the news about teachers getting paid $40 an hour by the parents for each child. And so a 5-hour day, you can do the math. I think there's many teachers that would actually be able to have a higher source of revenue doing that than in the classroom. Now, take the pod idea another step further. You could do a virtual pod, not do it in person, but create a small group of parents that are coming together with their children to have that online education that they're seeking right now. See, there's always these opportunities. There's these little seeds of silver lining, even in what looks like a dark and stormy day sometimes. And so, like here in Arizona, we have monsoon season. It can be sunny and bright, storm blows in, dissipates quickly, and we're back to sunny and bright. There are opportunities even in the darkness, right? And so start thinking outside the box of what could I do with my education as a teacher to start helping those that need to help, and it helps you as well. So last idea, teach how to teach. Teach how to teach at home. There's so many parents saying, well, I can't get my child to pay attention. They're wandering all over the place. They're not zeroing in on what needs to be done. I'm sure as teachers, you could help parents create a learning environment in their home. And some of my ideas, have a little desk. Have that space that's dedicated, it's only used for the classroom. You're not going to eat lunch there. You're not, or play around, or play there during the other times of the day. That this is where you go to school. I know if I were doing it, I would be setting up a little corner with things on the wall as if they were going back to school. The ABCs, the 1, 2, 3s for younger kids. Now, a lot of these are geared to younger children, right? But I'm thinking, especially the tutoring, you could definitely be attracting, if you teach at a higher level, like sophomores, juniors, seniors, that type of thing. I'm sure that there's tutoring opportunities there as well for the kids that just need that extra help right now. Here's the thing. All of these things can be done online, and I know teachers, before all this happened, of the current situation with schools, that created lesson plans and literally have grown to million-dollar businesses by making lesson plans for other teachers. So that might also be an area that you could look at. Or teaching that specialty topic, like teaching Spanish or French or music or piano, flute, any of those things that could be done online. There's a lot of people homeschooling right now that are looking for the extra aspects of what their children need. They want to enrich their education. So I think that there are so many ways that you could do this and create revenue. I hope these ideas are helpful. Here in my old handy dandy whiteboard, I just this morning thought I'm just going to write down a few ideas because this is really on my mind and on my heart, because I have so many teachers in my programs learning freelance copywriting. And by the way, I do have a workshop for that, because here's the thing. You can take whatever your education is, whatever your experience is, and you can put that together with how you're going to promote. Oh, and that reminds me, I was going to talk about, well, how would I do this? How would I even get started? Well, the first thing is, okay, you might need a website eventually, but you don't need one right away. I'd say number one, get a LinkedIn profile set up that talks about what you do and why you do it, so that and use what we call keywords. So homeschooling, for example, in your headline, you could be a teacher specializing in homeschooling curriculum, this type of thing that calls in your particular audience. So get that LinkedIn profile set up, because that's also a way to have an online presence even if you don't have a website. You might even want to go ahead and get a domain, www.iteachyourkids.com, whatever it might be, and use that. You can redirect that domain to your LinkedIn profile. Here's a little hack for you. You can get started online even without a website. Now this applies to many different niche markets, so go for it, right? But right now I'm talking especially to teachers that want to change what they're doing. The other thing is just start talking about what you're doing. Post on LinkedIn about it. Post on your Facebook page about it. Put the word out that you have started teaching from home and that you have a program, or that you can even ask the question, how many parents would be interested in forming a little pod to have their children learn from home right now? Just put the word out. Tell your friends. Tell your family. If you can reach out to parents of students, if you can do that without getting into a problem with your school, you'll find your path. But just let your voice be heard. Whatever your voice is, someone needs to hear it. And all you have to do is be you. I hope this is helpful to you today. I just wanted to put something out there to maybe start those creative juices flowing. I have my purple pen in my hand just in case I needed to decorate up anymore. But I hope you can read that okay, because I didn't have my big fat pens. I just have my little skinny ones. But I just really want you to know that whatever your area of expertise is, there is a way. There is a way. And if you're interested in learning freelance copywriting, I also have a free copywriting workshop at www.authentic-copy.com, and because that is how you can promote yourself in a business. That's how you can market yourself, is to be able to understand what you would need to do in marketing as you would build a bigger business. But I'm telling you right now, you could get started exactly where you are right now, simply by letting your voice be heard and letting other people know that this is what you're doing. You don't have to stay in a situation that makes you uncomfortable, because when you have all the education and experience as a teacher, hey, if you can wrangle a group of 8-year-olds or high school kids, or I have teachers that have taught in prisons, I have a prison warden who's a student, if you can do that, you could do this. This is Tina Lorenz. I hope this is helpful for you today, and I'll talk to you again soon.